The glorious Quran is full of wonderful and meaningful verses, which if we understand it completely, we will be amazed. One of these verses is a beautiful invitation from Allah Almighty. It comes in between the Ramadan verses, which are in Surah 2, verses 183 to 187.
وَإِذَا سَأَلَكَ عِبَادِي عَنِّي فَإِنِّي قَرِيبٌ أُجِيبُ دَعْوَةَ الدَّاعِ إِذَا دَعَانِ فَلْيَسْتَجِيبُوا لِي وَلْيُؤْمِنُوا بِي لَعَلَّهُمْ يَرْشُدُونَ.
Allah Almighty says, "And when my servants ask you about me, I am indeed near. I respond to the invocations of the supplicant whenever he calls on me. So let them respond to me and believe in me, so that they be led aright." Surah 2, verse 186. What a beautiful message. Allah Almighty says, "When my servants ask you about me, then I am here. I will respond immediately to the call of anybody who calls. I will not put you on hold. Your call will not go to voicemail. You will not be answered by a machine. You will not be given an appointment. No, but I will respond immediately whenever you call." Think about this. How difficult is it to arrange a meeting with an important person like the CEO of a company or a minister? We need to make an appointment, then wait till we hear from them, if at all that happens, and a lot of protocols to go through. But here the highest of the high is inviting the lowest servant to call on him. No protocols necessary, no appointment, no specific timings, with individual attention from Most High. The amazing thing with Allah Almighty is that even though He is the highest and most important, there is no appointment, no security guards, no queuing, no nothing, and you talk to Him on your schedule. Not on His schedule, no, but on yours. That's how much eager He is to listen to you. Allah Almighty asks us to call Him whenever. A beautiful invitation, right? Every word of this ayah has a special meaning, starting with the first word ida, which means when. Allah Almighty uses the word when and not if. There is a difference between these two words. If carries the meaning that you may not or you may call Him. It is not definite. So Allah Almighty wants us to ask Him, and He is waiting for our call. He is anticipating it. That small word, when, shows that the caller will definitely call on Him. It's only a matter of time, and when He does, He will be there to respond and to gather our prayers to Himself. Then comes the awesome part. He says, "I am indeed near." He didn't say, "Tell them, O Prophet, that I am near." No, He tells that directly to His servants, on a personal level. This is the beauty of the wordings of the Quran. The word used is inni, indicating there is no doubt in the fact. So here, Allah Almighty is saying, don't you ever doubt that I am near. We may turn our backs on Him, but He will never turn His back on us. He is ever waiting for our prayers. He is ever there to respond. We are the ones who move away from Him while He is always near. Allah Almighty refers to the believers as my servants. Sometimes Allah Almighty refers to Himself as we or I. He uses I when there is extreme love or a lot of anger, and He makes it very personal. In this verse, He uses it with a lot of love. We too, as humans, use the word my, as in my mother, my brother, my family, my dear, etc. Something which we hold very dear, expressing pride and love. Allah Almighty here lovingly calls the believers as belonging to Him. Following this, He uses these powerful words. I respond to the caller when he calls. Again, the word I is used, not we. Our prayers are precious to Him. The use of first person, my, me, or I, enhances this feeling of closeness with Allah Almighty as well, and brings to mind His merciful attributes as opposed to His majestic and glorious ones, which we get from plural of majesty, such as we or us. This makes the supplicant feel at ease to approach his Lord in asking and turning to Him like a close friend, to trust Him and confide in Him. If someone makes a lot of supplications, the word dua, which is plural, is used. But if someone makes one prayer one time, the word used is dawatun. Here the word for one prayer is used, so Allah Almighty responds to that just one call that someone makes, even just that one prayer. One dua is enough from anyone. Let's move on to another word. The word in Arabic, ajaba, indicates immediate response. Allah Almighty says, Ujibu, indicating, I will respond immediately. After inviting us to call upon Him, He asks us to respond to Him as well. In this case, the word used for respond is istajaba, which indicates a response over time, not immediately, or it can mean try to respond. Try to respond to me in your obedience. Have belief in me, trust in me, trust that your prayers are heard, so then you can be set aright. A believer responds to Allah Almighty by his obedience, following His guidance and praying to Him. The result of this amazing invitation is not only that he listens and responds, and the servant also has to respond by his obedience, but additionally, the servant will be rightly guided. The invitation comes with a gift. In summary, Allah Almighty is saying, I will respond to you. You respond to me too, and I will set you aright. Remember that this verse is part of Ramadan verses, and prayers are more acceptable in this month. Abstaining from worldly needs such as hunger, thirst, etc. makes us focus on the needs of the soul, heavenly needs. So our prayers are more intense, more meaningful, more sincere in Ramadan. So Allah Almighty is asking us to call on Him in this time. When we reflect on this verse, it can really change the way we think about calling to Allah Almighty. He loves it when we ask Him. Let us take this invitation of Allah Almighty and use it with full satisfaction, knowing He is near and He is listening. Detox yourself from social media and immerse yourself in the Quran. Make lots of du'as leading to happy endings. O Allah, wake us from the sleep of negligence. Grant us an increase in awareness of You before it is too late. Bless us with the ability to take advantage of our time in what benefits us for our appointed time. And forgive us, our parents, and all Muslims by Your mercy, for You are the most merciful of the merciful. And may the prayers and peace of Allah be upon our Prophet Muhammad and upon his family and companions.